Hey friends, Damian Mason coming at you with a few what-if questions as it pertains to this week's cyber attack of JBS, the world's largest processor of meat. What if it is state-sponsored and not just some criminal cyber hacker gang that happens to reside in Russia? Now, I'm not a conspiracy person, but this question has been asked, and I think it's worth asking. Food is national security. Food is national defense. When you have food autonomy, you are not reliant on another country. It makes you strong. It makes you never pushed into a corner where you are desperate and will easily surrender. Our enemies know this. They attacked our food, and before that, 1 month ago, they attacked our oil, so thereby changing our ability to have transportation and also the ability to feed ourselves. Fortunately, we've gotten through both with some pretty minor hiccups, headaches, some price increases, and some big distortions to the supply chain for short periods of time. What if the political will is not there to pursue a response because we don't for sure know who the enemy is, and we also aren't sure that we are bothered by these two particular industries being attacked? I'm talking about oil and beef. You know, it's pretty obvious to anyone, and I'm not getting political here, this administration is not about oil. Didn't renew a bunch of oil leases, pushing electric vehicles, a future of clean energy, if you will. The Green New Deal has a lot of sway. Those sponsors, the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortezes of the world, the Kamala Harrises of the world, are very much about regulating beef consumption and talk about a green future that doesn't include beef or oil. Will there be political will to go after that? And then the third question, speaking of political will, if we are to believe that this was done purposefully, knowing that JBS controls about 20 to 25% of meat processing right here in the United States, it would send some shockwaves through the supply chain. It would make meat more expensive at the grocery store. It would cause havoc, which is what either your enemies or those that extort you for money want to do. What if the answer is deconsolidation? Because this was brought up a year ago. With COVID shutting down meat processing facilities, it was posed by me and other people in the business of agriculture. Maybe the answer is we've got too much being produced and processed by too few, and therefore they become too easily of a target and cause too great of a disruption when the processing at Cargill, JBS, National, or Tyson goes down. The big four, if you will. So is the answer to deconsolidate? That'll only ever happen with government intervention. And is the political will there to make that happen? Certainly, most governments are not big fans of big four oligopolistic situations, but they do tend to allow them to persist. You know, I once had frequent flyer status on 5 airlines that no longer exist. Companies like Northwest, Continental, you know the names, TWA. Now there's 4 big airlines that control about 80% of air travel. 4 big meat companies that control over 80% of all meat processing. You see where this is going, right? So those are the what-if questions that I have for you. Who's behind it? What will be the response? And is deconsolidation in the meat industry likely to happen? Should it happen? Will it happen? Damian Mason coming at you to talk about the business of agriculture. And by the way, the podcast that's going to release on Monday digs into this a little deeper with a gentleman who's in the beef industry and the trading industry. And we have great discussions about this very topic. So be sure to tune in. Till next time, thanks for checking out this discussion on the business of agriculture.